Oh, no, that dig is not going to finish well for Peak. He's going to top out some valiant digs there for Peak. Akatu is good. Oh, Akatu in some trouble. Oh, no, that's going to be a top out for Akatu at 6:07. And Duzy, you are good. The winner will take on Dog playing Tetris. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. All right. LTIL. LTIL. So, no, the 7 of 7 dream is dead. But what is not dead is the Classic Tetris Monthly Masters event. In fact, it is quite live. This is a top 16 match between Fractal and Duzy. The winner moves on to the top 8 to face Dog, who is here and ready to take on the winner. On the left side, it is Fractal qualifying in at seed number 6 in virtue of his top 8 seed. This is the first match he's had to play in this tournament this month. Qualified in with a 1.54 average of the top 2 scores played over the course of an hour. Duzy getting up a little bit high here. Need something for that left. That square will do. Opens up, gets the long bar to the right. So Duzy going to survive a little bit of a mini scare. Now Fractal's still kind of in that situation. And now Fractal's left side is cut off. And he's kind of all in on a bar. The bar comes and he gets it over and another one to bring it down. So Fractal out into and out of danger. So anyway, Fractal qualifying into seed number 6 from the USA with a PB of 6.78 million. That is good for 10th on the overall PB ranking. It was 9th before Meme leapfrogged him with her new PB. Fractal ranked number 7 in the March Premier poll. Fractal is a CTWC champion in 2023. The winner of the Jonas Cup. There's a Vitz for Fractal. The winner of the Jonas Cup in 2024 was second also in CTWC in 2022. Very recently won the Genesis DAS tournament. Also won the open tournament of that venue the year before. And did I mention is a 9-time CTM Masters winner. I'm not sure why the star is not on the screen, but Fractal, a 9-time CTM winner. That includes wins in Mega Masters, of which he is the reigning champion, 241. And also a winner of the first Lone Star back in 2022. And as far as I can tell, this is a crazy stat. Fractal has been to the finals 10 times, and he's won 9 times. Is that crazy? That's kind of crazy. On the right side, it is Duzy in his second main event appearance, the first one being in January 2025. Is that even a real stat? Is that real? Did someone actually, is that real? Someone's going to have to confirm whether that's true. But yeah, Duzy in his second main event appearance. The first one was in January. A little bit high on the board here. Duzy took first in the Poland championship in 2024. Also was a future circuit winner back in October of 2024 as well. So kind of the year that Duzy starting to establish himself as a kind of a top player. He's not ranked in the Premier poll, but I feel like that's going to change. Qualified in with a 1.39 average of 2 into the 11th spot from Poland. 322 for Duzy, 432 for Fractal. Tetris Duzy 392. I think we had another contribution to the prize pool. Another one from Damien in the amount of $5 a little bit earlier. Says, but you are funny though. All right. Well, thank you, Damien. I appreciate that. Spicy opinion, minority opinion to be sure, and probably not correct, but thank you very much, Damien, for your contribution to the prize pool. 484 for Fractal up top. Try to bring this down. Duzy with an ace, low, clean board. Fractal with another long bar in column 2, causing havoc on his board, but he's able to get the bar around it. And he's just 4 lines away from the 19 transition. At the very least, he's going to open up the right side. There's a skin with an S piece and a Tetris for Fractal 521. Duzy at 472. They're just a few lines apart, and Fractal ahead by about 50,000 points. Another Tetris, Fractal, 572, 524, Duzy. These players, as far as I can tell, have never faced one another. So I think it's another matchagami, which I like. You know, the more matches gives you more confidence in the rating system, right? More players enter and start getting results against one another. Tetris for Fractal 657, 583 for Duzy. There's a dirty 611. So same line count, Fractal ahead by about 75,000 points. Yeah, we got to get that star symbol on Fractal's board, Fractal's nameplate here. All right, there it is. Duzy with a deep channel there in column 8. And trying to get it uncovered. And trying to keep it uncovered, but getting droughted. It's kind of the... Okay, there's one. There's another, and he's actually a Mino away from being set up for a third. And there's a third. So Duzy very quickly with 3 Tetrises, but is still behind Fractal by about 120,000 points. Tetris Fractal. Tetris Duzy 813. Remember, we do have a transition at level 29 where the speed will double. And then 100 lines available. There's a super kill screen where the speed will double again at level 39. Duzy is in at 920. Fractal is in at A33. That A is 1,000,000 points. Duzy's board a little bit high here, and he's going to top out at 922, and Fractal is good in game number 1. C-Dub says, Vandy, how do you think Gonzaga is going to do in the men's NCAA tournament this month? Yeah, my opinion on that is very valuable. 3, 2, 1 Tetris. That was UMass was their whole record from the time when they actually had a deep run was stricken from the record because of a scandal. I guess Marcus Camby and a few other players took some money from an agent or something, and so that was a violation of the rules. You know, God forbid the college basketball players get any money for doing what they're doing? So I just lost interest in college sport. You know, I wasn't big into it anyway at the time, but like I literally just stopped following it and never really cared enough to come back. Which is kind of dumb. Like if you work at the library at the college, you get paid, but if you work, you know, as an athlete at the college, like you didn't get paid. It always seems stupid to me. I don't know the system now. I don't follow it. So maybe it's changed. I hope it has. Then again, I guess you don't get scholarships to work at the library. So I don't know. Maybe they're sort of compensated. I don't know enough to speak intelligently about it or about anything, really. All right, Duzy trying to uncover that little Z-piece shaped gap and finally does so. 128, 184 for Fractal. But I did like I did like going to those games back then. Tetris Fractal 253, 178. Duzy with the spin and a Tetris. I mean, I don't really know how I feel anyway about, you know, the universities being a minor league system for sports. It's a little weird. Guess we have a tradition of doing it, but I guess it brings in dollars from, you know, from alumni, but all right, Duzy opening up that right side. Now, if they decided to have college Tetris teams, of course I'd be all in favor of it. Tetris, Duzy 323, Fractal 385. All right, Fractal dealing with that little overhang, no problem. Sets it for Tetris, gets it, 408. Collegiate Tetris League is a thing in Modern, but obviously unofficial. Oh, I didn't know that. Will they be allowed to get paid for glove and lotion sponsorships? I'll allow it. If I'm the commissioner, that will be allowed. 419 for Duzy, 476. Duzy setting up for a center well dirty Tetris. Trying to keep it open. Keeps it open, gets the bar, 444. So try to make up whatever points he can. I think, you know, I think he knows that Fractal has a little bit of an advantage post 29, so maybe trying to make up whatever efficiency he can early on. Tetris here for Duzy, 471. Oh, the 5 below for Duzy in the middle of the board. Duzy is into 19 at 5:03 with a board that requires some attention and delicacy. All right, he's getting it worked out. But now he's having a... Oh, no! So there's a misdrop of an S piece in the middle of the board. So Duzy... Oh, no, this is going to be tough to survive, and he's not going to be able to do it. 5:15 top out. Duzy, Fractal, good. Game number 2. All right, Duzy wants that seed. All right, we'll get it. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. All right, Reverb. ILTSZS. Oh, no. All right, both players on the board with a couple of Tetrises. Nice 5 below. 5 and below. Whatever. For Duzy. That tilts me to no end that the word and is in there. Like, the name of the store is not 5 and below. All right, Tetris Fractal 114 through 20. Duzy going to uncover that Tetris well in column 8 and get to Tetris 103. There's one for Fractal. Tetris Duzy 149, 147 for Fractal. And these players have never faced off against one another as far as I can tell. All right, Duzy setting up an interesting place for that bar on the right with that upside down J, setting up for a dirty Tetris. And now he's trying to keep it open or trying to reestablish that well and get the bar. All right, Duzy's finally set up for it again, waiting for a bar. Gets the bar and gets that dirty Tetris he set up for, but a little bit costly pace-wise. He's still trying to dig out of this. Tetris Fractal 289. Okay, nice double for that left. All right, S to the right. Another dirty. $248 Duzy, $334 for Fractal. There's a Tetris Fractal. Another dirty for Duzy. Up high here. He's getting a bit ahead in the sequence as well, just spending so much time high on the board. Tetris Fractal 385. Duzy at 302, but 13 lines ahead now. Tetris Fractal 454. Duzy's crossed that 100 line mark. There's a Tetris. A little bit of a misdrop of the Z piece, though. Oh, wow. Poet is here. What's up, Poet? Tetris for Fractal. And Duzy just 13 lines away from 19, so he needs to bring this down a little bit. Obviously, as a roller, you can handle a fairly high board on 19, but still, you'd like to have a nice-looking board. And Duzy's got one going into 19 now, 3 lines away. Just looking for the bar to enter 19 with the Tetris and the early shift of the J piece. It's going to complicate things for Duzy during this drought. There's a long bar that gets over, but board a little bit high. You kind of miss that tuck again, too. So 393 for Duzy here on 19, and he is fighting above, way to the top of the board. Fractal now entering 19 with a 600K. Duzy still fighting here on level 20. Still fighting this down here on 21. He's working it down. And he opens up the right side, gets a long bar down for a split double, and then a dirty Tetris is there. So Duzy with the survival. I didn't know if he was going to make it or not. So really, really good survival for Duzy. But he's behind now, 447 to 730 on Fractal's side. That is crazy. Tetris Fractal 756. Now Duzy starting to just jam in Tetrises. There's another one. Duzy 538, 761 for Fractal. Oh, a misdrop of the T piece again for Duzy. So kind of some extra rotations happening on Duzy's side this match that he's then having to, kind of waste pace to fix. Short Sword, thanks for the raid. 12 viewers. Tetris down the middle for Duzy, 579. Fractal one row off the bottom. Tetris ready. Now needs something in the left. Uncovers, gets a Tetris 884. All right, we are about 30 lines away. Less than that for Duzy for that 29 speed increase. He's waiting on this bar here. He wants this dirty. He gets it. 692 for him. 933 for Fractal. There's a dirty for Duzy. 4 lines away from the 29 speed increase. He's going down the middle. He's in at 771. Fractal's got the max out into 28. So Duzy staying on that center well. Oh, he's going to miss with that J piece. That is going to be a top out for Duzy at 819. And Fractal is going to take this one in a sweep. So GG's to Fractal and Duzy. Duzy really with some great moments of survival. Oh my goodness, a skibbity toilet man. Oh my God. Oh my word. Now we have to look at skibbity toilet guy. My words. So Fractal up wins this one 3 games to none. Let's go ahead and report this to our Tetris authorities. And if Dog is here, we're going to play Fractal versus Dog. Hey everybody, this is your old pal Vandweller, host of Classic Tetris Monthly, and I'm asking you to do me a favor. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe and bang that notification bell. Join our Discord server, the largest classic Tetris community online, at ctm.gg/discord, and follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/monthlytetris. Thank you, and have a nice day.